How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to some more Danganronpa, another Despair Academy. Yep, class trial 2 time, boys. It is... What can I say about this? The body discovery was absolutely brutal. She probably did not deserve to die like that. Probably. I'm saying probably because, here's the thing. I still don't know how the motive ties into this. The secrets were borderline childish compared to Danganronpa 1, but... I don't know, dude. I don't know. Something about me just clicks the wrong way. In any case, I can't like a character for like 5 minutes without them dying. It's ridiculous. I'm cursed. I'm cursed, guys, I say. Anyway, it's time for the class trial. It's time to finish off chapter 2. This episode's probably going to be divided into 2, as all class trials are normally, starting from... Actually, no. Ever since I started Danganronpa on this channel, I divide class trials into 2 episodes. Yeah, that's true. Alright. Especially this one, because I've heard that this class trial in particular is really fucking mean. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to finding out what happened, but I'm not looking forward to being completely humiliated by the fact that I can't make logic deductions. But yeah, let's give it a whirl. Hopefully. Okay, it's not... Oh god. Alright, sorry about that, guys. We're back, hopefully. Yeah. The game decided to crash on me when I loaded up the save file, so I just reloaded the game and reloaded the save file, and it seems to work. Okay. Here we are. Here we are. 1 second though. I bet we hear, I think. We're recording, right? Yeah, we are. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's check out our truth bullets really quickly. The victim is Kizuna Tomori, yep. The burnt marks, the stomach wound. Kanata's medical exam results, that's right. The broken flashlights, the dying message, I think, yeah. People told me I need to sort of understand Korean for this, but hey, we'll just see how it goes, honestly. Broken glass window, a burned fuse line, piece of bloody cloth, a lighter, the secret message, the blood marks, the wire trap, Hatano's injury, the third flashlight, oh, a revamped version of Taira's testimony, okay, of Akane's testimony. Right. Kinjo, window fragments, Teruya, and Kurokawa, yep. Alright! Let's fucking go. This time we do have music, but I don't think it's the same. Okay, whatever. Trial in session. Let's do this. Let's fucking go. Time to die.
First of all, let's start with a brief explanation of the class trial. The outcome of the class trial is decided by your votes. If you point out the blackened, only they will get punished. But in case you point out the wrong person, I'll punish everyone except the blackened, and the one who tricked everyone will graduate from this academy.
Also, this transition is brought to you by Zephy, so you better damn well appreciate it. My friend, I appreciate you. I really like that line. Check the Patreon site. Yeah, go ahead. I'll leave a link to his channel as usual, and go check his channel. Go check his Patreon. Go check his there's another site that I'm not remembering right now. I'll put it in post probably. But go check everything. Give him your support. He deserves it. Finally, the second class trial has begun. There's no such thing as being used to this atrocious game. I'm actually more anxious than last time. But if I'm afraid here, it can't be helped. As we did last time, let's think carefully with everyone.
Now then, first...
Wait a minute. There's something I want to ask first.
Oh my. What's the holdup? What are you going to ask? Last time it was my first time, so I didn't question it. Now that I think about it, I believe I have to ask this now. The body discovery announcement. What exactly are the conditions for the broadcast to show up?
Mikaru, why are you suddenly asking this kind of stuff? If you find a dead body, then it shows the BDA.
You just shut up. I see! After all, it is Mikaru, the one who paid attention to that, huh? Even so, it is basically as Kobashikawa-kun says. When you find a body, I broadcast it. Only when at least three people have found a body, then the announcement will show up for everyone.
Was it always like that? Is that a rule made on the spot, or was it applied from last time?
Of course it was applied from the beginning! In Maki's case, Taira found it first, then Maid, and finally Hatano. Since the order was complete, it satisfies the condition of 3 people. The announcement came out because that rule was successfully completed.
Right, it's true. The announcement rang the moment Hatano discovered it last. This thing, to say an important detail at a time like this.
What's that? Did I not tell you about this? It's too late. Oh, crap! Well, you know when people live, they forget. It's something like that, right? Oh, I'm not human, but a bear, so it's okay. Okay, when more than 3 people find the body. Well, that found criteria is not dwell on time, is it? For example, a week passes after the initial discovery, then the second one appears. And even if the third discoverer appears another week later, the broadcast will also run? Yeah! Time doesn't matter at all! When the first 3 people who have seen a corpse in any way... when the first 3 people have seen a corpse in any way, the announcement will sound the moment the third person discovers the body.
Mikaru, I know it's fine to check the rules, but is the condition of the body discovery announcement important enough to ask? Wouldn't our main purpose not be to find the culprit?
Keep quiet, I'm not over yet. Nothing, Monokuma. This is the most important question. That would be a witness to the crime includes the culprit. Oh? Huh? I've asked the question. Do you want to answer? You asked, did the witnesses include the culprit? Well, that's a very super great, whole delicate matter.
I see. Reusing the R2, I think. Yeah, the Danganronpa 2, yeah. Because of, yeah. Yep. Wait, in Danganronpa 2, how was it? Who found the body? Oh wait, no, it wasn't the killer, no. Peko killed Mahiru, spoilers by the way. Peko killed Mahiru. I'm still salty about that. Peko killed Mahiru. Fuyuhiko, Hiyoko, and Kazuichi found the body, but Peko wasn't counted. I don't know how they're gonna do it here though.
I see, even with a sharp sense it becomes a problem. Okay, I'll tell you in this particular scenario. Depending on the characteristics of the case, whether or not the culprit is included in the discovery will be decided at the end of the trial. What? And it's different this time?
And no one knows, it's up to our own judgment. That would also induce everyone to be against each other.
I already told you this, when it comes to trials, I'm fairer than
okay, I didn't know spacebar also advanced the text, sorry.
You said Jesus twice in a different meaning. Let's recap. In the last case, you said that the announcement rang because Akane Taira, Yuki Maeda, and Ayame Hatano discovered the body. Then in the last case, Mitsuhiro Higa, the culprit, must have been excluded from the equation of 3 people who discovered the body. I excluded Higa-kun! In fact, it didn't matter much if I included him, since the first 3 people to discover it were together that time. And what about this case? The culprit who killed Tomori Kizuna. Did you include that person as a discoverer? Huh? Yeah, that's right. Specification aside. Why the sudden dialect? Did you
It's not even. Are you copying Otari? No. Did you inhale? Oh, God bless your soul, Satsuki.
What? My dialect's not that awkward. I mean, I have the mainland pronunciation.
You don't seem to be enough from the mainland to mix different parts of the country. Oh, God damn it.
No comment!
1 second. Okay, it seems to be working. Fantastic, let's go.
No comment on that! Well, if you ask for my opinion on a particular case, I would be the one in trial instead. If a judge enters the discussion, it's unfair, right? That would be a violation. You're also evading the answer. Oh, just looking at your reaction make me think I touched a sensitive subject. Nope. I don't know what you're talking about. What the hell is Makaru talking about? Somebody let me know. Well, that does it for the mischief to this point. And let's go with the trial scene. Did you know that 12 o'clock has passed already? Originally, I was going to start right away, but Miss Makaru sounded weird and it's late now. Anyways, let's go. First, start with the arrangement of the case. Please begin the discussion.
Why did Makaru ask such a question? I have no clue what she's thinking. Because she... Okay. I'm guessing this is important. And I'm guessing that for this case, the culprit's going to be one of the witnesses, because only 2 people found the body originally, right? I'm curious, but now I have to focus on the trial without thinking about anything else. Time to arrange the scene. Let's gather, everyone. I hate to follow Monokuma's words, but we need to begin with the case. That is the topic at hand, because the people on the dormitory side at the time of the situation wouldn't know the details of the incident. Oh, right! What happened to them? After listening to the body discovery announcement, I was in a hurry to find you guys, and then Tomori... she was dead in the power room, all over with burnt marks in the room. Okay, for those who know, reorganize the scene with the rest, and those who do not know with the order of events. From now on, take some time to confirm your positions with everyone. Ah, why is my nose getting runny?
Kinjo-kun, don't you have something to tell us before that?
What?
You said you wouldn't make anyone a victim if we followed you. For that purpose, we agreed, and you got rid of a group of 3 people. And everything ended up like this, so why? Are you proud of it? Good job, then.
Well said, bro. Okay, I would have to make amends to risk my own life and apologize for that because I didn't keep my promises, but... if you can't surpass this moment, everyone will die. It's a pity for what happened with Tomori, but I also have a duty to keep you all from being executed in this last trial. If you don't like it, I'll be out of this trial. Yeah, I'm an incompetent cop who can't make promises anyway.
That's enough. Everyone's on edge. Think about other things later and focus on the trial for now.
You made Kanata cry. I will crack some kneecaps! That is all. Yes, Akane. You know your heart, but let's finish this first.
Yeah, and Kinjo-kun, I didn't mean to... sorry.
It's fine. Then let's begin sorting out the case step by step.
Well, you know I won't say it anymore, but I don't help you, understand? I don't need you, because there's Kinjo with us!
Me?
No! Makaru, you can stay.
Let me do everything. We have to do it together. I said to myself, even for a dead guy, you must understand the truth of the case yourself.
Alright.
Then let's begin. I didn't manage to get to the power room at the beginning of the whole incident to see it directly. Let's discuss what we heard and saw. The first part, around 9 PM, Hatano discovered a fire in the power room, was it? Yeah, I was walking down the corridor on the 2nd floor before nighttime. But when I entered the power room, there was black smoke coming out because it seemed to smell like something burning.
You mean that's what happened? I was at the antique shop, but I had no idea.
I heard Hatano's cry and rushed to the 2nd floor. Uehara and Makaru were together as we bumped into each other on the way. We went first to the power room, the epicenter of the fire. It was hot and smoky. The fire was about to spread from the switch room to outside. Yes, it's exactly what Kinjo told me. I already know this part from Kinjo. What did Uehara do soon after that was, I don't remember this. Fuck! I don't remember this. I can't lose lives on something so stupid. No, it has to be the fire extinguisher. I mean, anything else would be dumb. I mean, sand and water do put out fire, but where would he get the sand? Where would he get the water? I mean, besides the bathroom. But the water in the bathroom was out because it's nighttime, yeah. So you brought a fire extinguisher in the hallway on the 2nd floor to extinguish the fire, right? Yeah, that's correct. By the way, how does Maid know that? The ones in that area were Kinjo, Uehara, Makaru, and me. Oh, I asked Kinjo about it while investigating. Right, I told him. Maeda knows the unfolding process of the case. Is that so? Then let's continue. The four of us were putting out the fire. I still don't know how you're standing. Your leg tendon is completely shattered. How are you standing? Are you standing on one foot? If so, Giga Chad moment. I heard something breaking inside the switch room. At that moment, Kinjo looked at Uehara and asked to see if someone was going out of the power room door. And the other three, including me, went to the switch room inside. And there,
Mori was dead.
Yeah, at that point, the BDA came out. Naira and Kurokawa arrived to the power room soon after. Okay, from here on, our dorm team has joined. So let me speak. When we arrived, the fire had already been extinguished.
After that, like last time, Monokuma handed out the file and put us on time to investigate.
Right, from here on out are the things that I've seen with my own eyes. Right after I examined the switch room and returning, that happened. Hatano's injury by a wire. Shortly thereafter, Hatano had an accident in which her leg was injured by a wire trap.
That's what happened?
Yamaguchi said it before in front of the elevator. Didn't you hear, dummy?
Ayame-chan, it's really okay. It still seems to be a little fuzzy. Oh, no problem. It hurts a little right now, but it's not a major injury, so we can treat it properly after this trial. Isn't that right, Inori? Yes. Well, you don't have to worry. Please continue with the trial.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That leg wound. Is this an injury more serious than expected?
What are you talking about? Didn't she say it was okay?
Even pretense is useless. Do you think I can't read other people's minds? You, that incompetent, and the doctor. The atmosphere of you three makes things clear that something happened. Shall we guess? Let's see. How about the leg injury that's so serious you won't be able to use it never again? What? What are you talking about? Hayama-chan said she was okay. That is a lie, right? My card's just talking nonsense? Hey. Sorry, I thought you might be worried more, so I decided to keep this with Hatano. I lied, I'm sorry.
Inori, no! Is it a lie? What do you mean?
In reality, Hatano's injury. The moving muscle tissue, the most important posterior tendon, was amputated. Without luck, it's a serious injury that you might really have to wear crutches forever. What?
Why was she lying to say that it's okay for that serious injury? This is the most important trial of our lives. Every detail matters.
I'm sorry. Because of that, Hatano and I thought it was to avoid getting you guys confused, but I'm so sorry that Hatano tried to pretend to be okay. So, sorry. Ayame-chan, it's a lie, right?
Tell us something! Sorry, I was lying.
What? Then it's really... Because the nurse's office is now locked, and since there are no facilities for treatment to treat the wound, it is literally hemostasis. It's really hard to stand still.
Isn't that too much for her? Hatano, shouldn't you get treated quickly, get healed, and come to the trial later?
Hey, what are you talking about? What's more important than the trial? That is, but... Ayame-chan, she can't even run again.
I'm sorry, but I agree with Mikaru. Whether your leg is crippled, cut off, or unable to walk, if you don't win the trial, you will die. And it's more serious than what you mentioned before the trial.
I lied that I was okay with this. As a result, it caused even greater confusion. Sorry, everyone. Ayame-chan doesn't have to be sorry. Can she be let go, at least to get proper treatment? No! It's absolutely forbidden to leave the court during the trial! If you're worried about Miss Hatano's leg, you'll have to finish your trial first! I say that, but I'm also in agreement. I don't really care, but I want you to focus on finding the culprit. If the focus is on me, I'll die just standing. But Ayame-chan...
It says that, but let me comply with the will. And don't you think it would be wise to finish the trial earlier in time to get treatment? Uehara's right. Hatano, it may still be painful, but hold on a little. Please hold on a little. Let's focus on the trial for now, everyone.
Okay. Thank you for your consideration, Akane.
let's get back to the main topic again. Yeah, where do we end again? We were talking about Hatano's injury by the wire. Yeah, shortly thereafter, Hinori took Hatano to provide first aid. We went out of the power room and we continued the investigation. That's the end of it, right? Quiz, but I think it's a useless question. Sorry in advance. The health room was blocked, but how did you do Hatano's treatment and where? Right, I needed something tough and thick to use as a bandage, but there were some things like rags in the warehouse. However, since it is really a substitute and only first aid, there's a possibility of additional sepsis and bacterial infection. She will need antibiotics just in case. But in order to do that, we have to find the killer. We have to find out the killer and end this trial, right? Yeah, but because someone died... Well, is there really another culprit among us? A killer who stabbed Tomori? Now why are you doubting it for? That's for sure. But if you point at the killer gets executed. It seems like you're sacrificing one person to save Hatano. So, would you save the killer? Save a killer, 11 of us have to die? I agree. Let me say this, okay? A guy who knows a person is cheap even if they die. How long will you waste your time on such useless topics? I didn't mean it that. I apologize. Also, how come Hikaru and Kinjo team up? They seem to be getting better and better. I understand Hotori's feelings, but is it okay? I feel the same because it feels like, in the end, whether or not we point out the killer in this trial, someone will be killed. I wish there were no more victims, but that Bear Monokuma thing won't let us go. Damn it! What purpose does he want to achieve? Does he want to achieve? He wants to spare! So the case was cleared up. Who's the killer? We have to figure that out from now on. Honestly, this case has a lot of twists. If you think of it as an ordinary murder case, it's not going to fit in at all. First, let's solve the mystery of each event one by one. The priority should be the victim's body. Dude, I've been going for like 20 minutes and we still haven't done a single non-stop debate. What? The body? Tomori's corpse was an important clue to be able to tell the whole story of this incident. Ow! My jaw! What the fuck? There aren't just one or two secrets related to her body, to the corpse. Personally, I didn't notice there was anything special. The corpse, based on my investigation, let's present the evidence gathered. Live and don't learn and get to it. Let's live and learn, why not? I already know how this works, but I just want to remember, press the action button, a truth bullet is fired, yep. Of course, you will need to shoot the correct segment in order to continue. Ooh, sorry guys. Have fun. Also, quick note, by tapping the lower right corner arrow, you can skip faster. Alright, let's see what we got. Simakun and Kurokawa's testimony. Okay. Who does Tomori's body have? The knife was on her neck? Okay. The whole body was with blood all over, that's true. Tatsuki was vomiting for a while, Jesus, okay. I mean, yeah, it was pretty bad. He was dead, is this relevant? Okay. It was written in the Monokuma file about what Tomori died of, and he gave me a clue that supports the evidence. Oh, right. I forgot that's what happens. Oh god, hold up. I can pause this. Okay, hold up. I can pause this while doing this. Okay. Cheat pause. The stomach wound. It's not the stomach wound. I guess it might be this. I need to go watch my last episode. I can't believe this, bro. That's so stupid. Give me a second, guys. Alright, I think I got this, but this is gonna be weird. I think it's Kurokawa's statement or testimony into the knife, because it's the only thing that makes sense in this, so Yes, okay. I just wanted to remind myself if the knife really was in the neck. So I went to watch the body discovery announcement from last episode. I am really sorry that I had to pause just to do that. This is what happens when you go like a week and a half without playing the game. Nice. Easy. Taira, wait a second. The weapon that stabbed Tomori was not a simple knife. It was a kitchen knife.
Huh? Kitchen knife?
Right. It's even clearly stated in the Monokuma file. I didn't remember. Sorry. It's been a week. More than a week. The definitive cause of death is a cut through the esophagus caused by a knife. Yep. Really fucking brutal.
Right. Sorry, I can't remember well. But the kitchen knives are only in the kitchen. Is there any evidence the culprit brought it?
There is. Because Kurokawa saw that a knife disappeared from the kitchen right after the incident. Right, Kurokawa?
Yes.
Too slow response!
So the killer brought the kitchen knife out of the kitchen?
I guess it disappeared from the kitchen.
But that's a little weird. If the killer used the kitchen knife, there's a contradiction.
What are you talking about? Oh wait, I think I know, but why is Taira talking like that? Obviously, at the time of the crime, Taira could have known that it was contradictory that the killer took the kitchen knife from there. The reason is... Oh god, I don't know this one. Is it her statement? Yeah, this. Yeah. Taira, that contradiction is because you were in the kitchen at nighttime, right?
Yes, right, that's it, Maida-kun.
What? But what does that mean? Mikaru, didn't you say you weren't gonna meddle?
I said I wouldn't help it. I didn't say I would not raise a question, asshole.
Yikes! Taira told me. She was cooking in the kitchen near the end of nighttime.
Cooking? Yeah, I'm sure because I remember that I accidentally splashed oil on my clothes and wiped them in the bathroom. Ooh, that happened! If Taira was still in the kitchen at that point, how did the culprit take the knife from the kitchen without bumping into her?
Also, that's not all that's weird. Taira said it was around nighttime, but Tomori's death was at 9:30 written in the Monokuma file.
Taira, I'm asking just in case. You're the last person in that area.
Did you put all the knives in place before you left the kitchen?
Yes, I used it when I was cooking myself, so I remember it for sure.
Wait, what? When the knife was used in the crime, Taira, if you checked all the knives in the kitchen, that doesn't make sense.
That's why it's I called it a contradiction.
If you think about it, do you think it's not a kitchen knife then? No, there are only kitchen knives in the kitchen. The second floor was open and I've been searching all places ever since.
When everyone started investigating, didn't Kurokawa say she saw the knife kitchen disappear? The knife used as a weapon. Kitchen. That's correct.
Which one is it?
Ginger, don't you know?
Sure, it's a contradiction. You don't even have to think about the ridiculous story of using another kitchen knife out of nowhere. Kinja, now we're all finished. But there is only one way to solve this problem.
Really? How?
Very simple, in fact. Taira, you are lying right now.
What? Huh?
No, now wait, why is it this way?
Isn't it obvious? The Monokuma file doesn't lie. Then the time of death is sure to be 9:30. Also, the kitchen knife is only in the kitchen. Therefore, the order of events, the kitchen knife being taken from the kitchen killed Kizuna Tomori is established. These two facts can be proven with certainty. But what does a Taira Akane mean? What proves that a woman was cooking in the kitchen? Now wait a minute, what are you trying to say?
Taira, I'm in doubt. Were you together with someone, yes or no?
I was alone.
I can't believe someone without witnesses. Anyone can use it as if it's just a talkative alibi.
Oh no, wait a minute, why is the room like this all of a sudden? I was really in the kitchen, guys.
But if Taira's words are true, it would never make sense.
Taira, did you lie?
Why would you lie? Don't tell me.
Taira's the culprit.
Why am I the culprit? The reason is there for...
What reason is there for me to kill Kizuna-chan? There's nothing!
I got it. She kept ignoring your persuasions and invitations. Did you bear a grudge?
Funny, really. Kizuna-chan grunted a lot, but in the end she accepted us. The murder happened after that.
I can see that you may not be the killer. Still, to say you were in the kitchen would be a lie. Why are you lying like that?
No, it's not a lie.
Tyra, tell me honestly. I want to believe you, that you are not the culprit. So then, Tyra is really lying to us? Hey, let's go. Of course, the most sensible person in the room would say that.
Wait, I can't tolerate Akane being the culprit without corroboration.
But I'm not trying to blame them. It doesn't make any sense if Tyra's words were true.
No, there's a case where Akane's words can be proven to be true enough.
What?
It seems you haven't realized. Since you didn't, let me show you. The fact that Akane never lied.
Alright. I do have a list of controls here. Give me a second, boys. For this, shift. Okay, the shift is truth blade, and arrow keys is to change the truth blade. Got it. All right, let's go. I think I remember this one. Counter argument showdown or rebuttal showdown. Broken window, Kinjo's testimony, and blood traces. Okay. The knife was in the kitchen. And it's simple. As soon as they killed Tomori, they put the knife back in the kitchen. The time of death was 9:30. You can't use the knife before that. There's no other explanation than this. I missed that one. Oops. Progress, okay. No, there's still a contradiction. Did you forget? Tomori's fatal injury is a cut to the throat, meaning it's not hard to think that death was not instant. In other words, the time of Tomori's death it's almost consistent with the time using the knife. Oh god. The culprit returned to the power room with an oh. Tyra left the kitchen when she went to the bathroom to wash her hands. After that, Tyra performed the body discovery announcement and got to the power room. After Tyra left the kitchen, can she pick up the knife and return from the power room to the kitchen? Okay. The knife was in the kitchen. Broken window. No, I think it's Kinjo's testimony, isn't it? This one's tough. Okay, so there's still contradiction. Forget Tomori's fatal injury that goes to the throat, meaning it's not hard to think death was not instant. The time of Tomori's death, it's almost consistent. Okay. I want to read what the last bit what the last bit says. Okay, the culprit returned to the power room with the knife and stabbed it into Tomori's body. Could it be the blood traces? I don't think it's the blood trace. I mean, it could, but after Akane left the kitchen, the culprit returned to the power room with the knife and stabbed it into Mori's body. And I wish I could see the truth bullets somehow and like see what they mean. Is it the blood traces or the broken window? I don't know actually. This is bad. This I can see why people said this was a tough trial. All right, I'm gonna give it a go. It's not this one. Okay, I fucked that up. Then is it the broken window? I kind of wish I remembered what Kinjo's testimony said. Give Give me a break. Give me a second, guys. Dude, not having the truth bullets is really fucking difficult. Give me a second. Alright, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. And that's terrifying because I'm pretty sure I'm getting a game over. Okay, time of death is 9:30. Can't use the knife before that. Why is this tough? Why is this so tough? There's still a contradiction, okay. Was the cut to the throat. I'm pretty sure it's the second thing, but... Alright, here we go. It was Kinjo's testimony, okay. Because okay. Real talk, give me a second. Real talk, I had to go rewatch what Kinjo told me. Like, legit. Just to know what Kinjo's testimony was. And I was like, it's either... Okay, yeah. It's probably that. My god, enough... there has to be a way that I can read the truth bullets. Hatano, I'm sorry, but there's a contradiction in that logic. What are you talking about? Isn't it possible to commit a crime while proving Tyra's words? Hatano, you mean the killer is taking a knife out of the kitchen right after Tyra leaves the kitchen to wash her clothes? And then they run straight to the power room and put the knife back into Mori's body? Yeah, if you move quickly, it's quite possible in less than 3 minutes from the kitchen to go in less than 3 minutes from the kitchen to the power room. Fast isn't the problem. Did you forget, Hatano? By the time nighttime began, you guys were putting out the fire in the power room. Oh. Hatano, Kinju, Mekaru, Uehara? Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense then. If 4 people are in the power room and walk in with an object that stands out like a kitchen knife, it cannot be missed or even hidden in plain sight. In other words, even if Tyra secretly manages to pull the knife out of the kitchen, it's absolutely impossible to enter a notice to the switch him and stab the knife into the body. I can't... Thanks for the explanation, Maid. Thanks to you, it saved us trouble. Like Maid said, Hatano, I understand that you're a close friend to Tyra. Unfortunately, if Tyra's words were true, there would be an absolute contradiction to appear in her testimony. Kane, speak up your mind. Did you lie? Can I say one more important detail in this? When the current body discovery announcement showed up, the 4 of us who put out the fire and the 6 in the dormitory confirmed each other, so there's an alibi for us. But Tyra, Kane, and Mikako Kurokawa, you two have no alibi. Well, this much has been proven thus far. Sorry. Tyra really killed Tomori? No, I'm not the real killer! Tyra? Really? The kitchen knife thing, I really don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. But I'm not really the culprit. I didn't kill Kizuna-chan. Really? Can I trust you? But how do you explain that when you don't have an alibi? If you don't have it, that means that either Tyra or Kurokawa are the culprit. You're the most potential suspect in every way. Is it so weird to cook alone and go to the bathroom? I just happened to be alone. Tyra, tell the truth, and if you're not guilty, prove your innocence! Is Tyra really the culprit? Certainly, even without an alibi, there is one or two pieces of doubt. But was Tyra really with Tomori? No, I can't just doubt it yet. Not until all riddles are solved. I have to think what's been missing in the entire premise this far. Alright, non-stop debate, let's go. I honestly thought I was gonna get a game over in that rebuttal showdown. I mean, I guess I just suck. Teruya's testimony, burned fuse line, and glass shards. Got it. Alright, what do we have? The what? That is a funky translation. Still, great job, Zeph. Since when, okay? Kabashikawa and I say 8:30 p.m. That's what I think. 1 hour and 30 minutes.
I did not!
Alright.
What was the fire for?
Okay. Lighters and flashlights, fuse lines, etc. Oh, I just activated sticky keys on accident. Oh, certainly doesn't have an alibi. Could she have procured the tools used in the crime? Let's think again when the tools were missing. Okay, I think I know that. Alright, we'll wait then. Yes! This one was easy. Okay, good. Good shit. Nice. Wait, Kabashikawa, that's impossible! What? You mean about Taira procuring the tools used in the crime? Yes, Taira has no alibi for the time being. I can't deny that. Bringing the tools, however, there sure is one. Whoa, that's a certain alibi. I want to hear this. The reason I know this is because of the fact that somebody told me. Right, Otori? Huh? Otori knew it. The lighter and fuse disappeared since late night. From where? I guess would be the antique shop again. Otori mentioned that he went to the antique store every day. After Maki's incident, the antique store was filled with the most of items. Then after nighttime on the second day, the things used in this case suddenly disappeared, as mentioned by Otori. Oh, that's it, that's right, I did check them. So are you saying the killer took the tools late at night on the second day? That would be the case, unless Otori is lying. No lie, it's true! Hey, the second day, Otori, was almost 2 days ago. Why didn't you talk back then, knowing what kind of scheme was made when Maki was... I'm sorry, at the time I wasn't able to figure out things properly. It could have been my own mind playing tricks, so I wasn't really sure about it. Well, if you're sure the tools were gone then, the killer took the tools in the middle of the night on the second day. This is what happened so far, if I understand this correctly. May I ask why does that become Taira's alibi? Why Otori says some money becomes Taira's alibi? Because Taira can't go to the antique store on that night. Ohara probably doesn't know about the 3 who weren't with Kinjo, and only the rest knows. So we know Taira can go to the antique store at night. Oh, the late night rule.
Put it out.
Nice. Why Taira couldn't bring the tools at night? That is because of the nighttime rule, of course. Nighttime rule? Wait, what? If it's the nighttime rule, that's what Kinjo decided, right? To knock them out of our rooms late at night after 10? When did you decide that? Nekaro and Uehara have no choice but to not know, because the group decided when you were not there. Oh wait, that's it, they don't come out of their room at night! This means that all of the rest, meaning Nekaro and Uehara, who were on their own, could have come out after nighttime. Yes, in other words, Taira was also time for an alibi for late night time. Yeah, I never came out of my own room at night. Wait a minute, that is no alibi at all. Huh? The late nighttime rule isn't a rule set by Monokuma, is it? So what makes you think it's a genuine rule? You don't get killed from breaking it and no evidence if you did, correct? That's... I'm sorry, but I think the same thing. Even if Taira followed the rules faithfully, it's no different from before without evidence. Does that mean... No, with that rule, Taira's alibi could be enough. Kinjo-kun! Oh, what is it now? Until now, you've been pushing Taira Raikane, but you're a defense this time? Don't tell me you're defending your own rules now, because that's a self-made rule. Surely not. I know the laxity this rule has. It's lax? Of course, as Mikara said, it wasn't a formal rule, and it was decided by ourselves, so there's no problem with breaking it. What, to break it? Isn't that actually helping a culprit? Oh no, Kinjo! Did you suggest such a thing even though you knew this would happen? sorry if I kept this a secret from you guys. Actually, I did some work on your private rooms. Work? Indeed. Yeah, every late night I put a thin thread on the door of your private rooms. Thread?
What does that mean then?
In fact, it is pasted so that it passes between the wall connecting the door and the door frame. If you do this, the tape will break when the door is open and the thread will break as well.
So the thread was broken. It would sound like someone has opened the door.
No, I've been watching late at night every day this way. And as each nighttime starts, I put a new thread on. And I got up earlier than anyone else in the morning to check if any of the threads were cut. So I can guarantee you, Tyra has never been out of the room in a single night past 10 p.m.
Oh, did you do that? Then you know who exactly left the room on the night the tools were gone.
No, unfortunately I didn't find that out.
What do you mean you couldn't figure it out? You mean you couldn't confirm that the thread was broken?
No, it's because no one has broken the thread.
What? That means... You mean no one left the room late at night the second day?
To be precise, the rest except Mikaru, Uehara, and Tomori. Because...
Okay! Okay, I'm starting to see something here. I did say last time that I wouldn't put it past Kizuna to set up the whole thing and then be killed off because she was sloppy. I did say.
That means it was one of the three that was able to use the tools at the time. However, Tomori's already dead, so either Mikaru or Uehara are the culprit.
You make such rash judgments. I swear I didn't commit a murder. No, now wait a minute, Kinjo. What does it mean for us to have a thread on the door as a secret?
What do you mean? I explained it was a device to check if you were out of the room.
Not like that! It's as if you couldn't trust us at all! I mean, you were spying on us without saying a word?
Tyra is right, Kinjo. You don't believe in us, do you? It is not my reality to believe or not believe. This is just my nature, my own personality. I'm basically always suspicious of everyone other than me.
Why is that your nature?
What's with the expressions of disapproval? I proved Tyra's alibi thanks to the thread on the door, right? Reasoning itself is impossible. Unless you're basically suspicious of others.
Kinjo-kun, you really... Stop it! Why do you keep trying to fight? This isn't the time right now. While we're doing this hot on his leg.
Everyone calm down. If you leave... even if you leave my legs. How many times is it going to repeat already? It's not too late to cover up disputes even after the trial is over. So now let's focus on the case, please.
Okay. So, is it just me and the priest who eventually took the tools?
For now, I think so.
But isn't that funny? You guys, all the other kids are suspicious, but Tsurugi Kinjo is not at all.
What?
I'll say this again. No matter how much you claim Taira Akane was in the kitchen, it's useless without evidence. What do you prove, Tsurugi Kinjo, or whatever, I can't say his name. That a guy attaches a thread to the door? Where's the evidence that confirms your actions? Kinjo? If you think he's the culprit, in all situations he can sleep at will. Why is Tsurugi Kinjo not suspicious then?
You do think I'm the culprit now?
Well, I'm just talking about possibilities. But you know there's no evidence in your words, do you? Oof! Dude! Ray is a boss sometimes, like absolutely bossing the class trial.
If that's the case, there's no evidence for Otori's testimony, right? The only who checked these items was Otori, and even though it was gone on the second day, we have no way to check it.
What in blazes? You can't believe me now?
One moment, if Kinjo or Otori's words are false, isn't Taira's alibi also false?
Wait, what? I'm telling the truth here.
Everyone is in a disarray. It's like they're trying to look for reasons to distrust each other even more than in Maki's trial. As our trust started to break, I don't want this outcome. I'm powerless on my own.
Enough. Considering the truth or falsehood of the testimony will change nothing, I believe. The testimonies that have already been pointed are already testimonies worth considering. I like to approach this from the other side of the case.
Furukawa?
Furukawa, I think this is the first time I came here that you said the longest speech.
Kurokawa's right, you guys. Now, don't mind the trivial things. A lot of time has already passed. Focus on the idea of finding the culprit.
As soon as you finish, will it be daybreak till then? I'm already half asleep right now.
You shut up. You shut up.
Yes, it seems that we were so enthusiastic about the killer being liars. As Kurokawa said, let's turn around halfway back and move on.
Okay, I think that would be good, because I also want to avoid making discord with you guys.
Do whatever you want.
To go around halfway, you mean talking about the identity of the criminal. Are you going to put things aside for a while? Either way, whether tired or light or not, we don't have the evidence, no matter who's right or not. Sorry, let's first solve another mystery. Okay, that's fine too. The more urgent it is, the more necessary it is to go back to. But even if we go back, what do we do first? Basically the same as before. Do you guys recall? The most important thing in this case is the dead body. But aside who the culprit is, tell me what doubts you have about it. Then the path towards the outline of the culprit will look more natural. The body. Tomori's body was the most important clue. Let's recall in my memory how Tomori's body looked. Thankfully, I just watched episode... It was 8, right? This was episode 8. Yeah, that was episode 8. The stomach wound and the blood marks entrance. Okay, I think it's the stomach wound this time. Tomori was killed. Let's think about it. I thought of that before, but first of all, it's the knife, right? Yes. Was that in the switch in? Yes. It's possible the killer moved it. Okay, so hold up. Does this tell me which truth bullet I need to fire? Because if so, I'm the biggest dumbass ever. I think I just realized it. Oh, Tori, that's not it. Remember, Tomori's cause of death was obviously the neck wound, but there was another wound. There was another one? Stomach wound, that's right. Oh, she Engi. That's adorable, though. She Engi. She even had her little hands on the hips. That's adorable. Wait, that's the important point. The stomach was stabbed? Why is that important? The killer just stabbed her twice, right? In general, it is, but think about it. The cause is the neck wound. The cause is the neck wound. In this case, for some reason, you stabbed your victim in the stomach and the neck later. If you were going to kill on the neck from the start, why would you want to stab the stomach first? The stomach was hit clearly, but the fatal wound was missed. However, she was killed in the end. Is there something amiss?
That's so cruel.
Yeah, this is starting to point, like... I think there's a stomach wound because it was a self-defense wound. It's starting to point in the direction that Tomori actually tried to kill somebody. You can probably see it like that. Looking at the case as a whole, it takes something to put into notice. What? What do you mean, something to notice? Perhaps the fire has something to do with it. Fire! That's right, it turned out there was a fire in the switching room. Yeah, it's also important. You guys, don't you think the fire happening naturally? It's true. If you use a fuse on the wall and even a lighter on the... If you see a fuse on the wall and even a lighter on the floor, you can see it right away. So are you saying that the killer started the fire for some reason? Is there any reason to do that?
This is also a question that doesn't really matter. Is the power room okay? I'm sure the switch room is a really important place, so I heard it's a big deal if it gets damaged. Well, it's a really big place. It's cool. Of course the fire was there. Fortunately, we lived because the fuse line was laid to burn only the walls. But... Oh, I was supposed not to speak, right?
What did you say just now? It was laid to only burn the wall?
Oh, it was kind of puzzling after all. There was such a big fire, but Tomori's body didn't burn at all.
Only the wall without touching the machines or the body. Was there something on the walls? If it's a wall, what else was there? Sorry. A wall. If there's something on the wall in the switching room, there's nothing coming to mind. Wait. Looking back at it, there was a line passing by it too. It was on the wall of the switch room along with something else. Where is it? It's this one, right? Yep. No, it's not like this. Okay. Okay, good. There was a line passing by it too. Fuck. Thanks, Hell. Very cool. I have no fucking clue. I have no idea, guys. I think I'm gonna select a random bullet just to read that again. I'd rather lose a bit of influence. Give me just 1 minute, guys. Sorry. Alright, let's just... A line. Is it this? I doubt it, but whatever.
Ditto.
It is! What? Bro, it was... What? How? How? It was completely... okay. What was on the wall of the switching room? There's only one thing. There was only one thing. The glass window. The glass window? The big glass window, but wasn't it broken by the time we arrived? Oh, well, it turns out that when Kinjo and the others brought the fire extinguisher to put out the fire, didn't they say they heard something cracking or breaking on the inside? That's right. At that time, I thought it was the sound of someone in the switching breaking the window or going outside. I asked away hard to check the entrance of the power room. In the end, no one was seen. Wait a minute! If the only thing on the wall of the switching room is the glass window, the culprit's first purpose was to burn the window? Well, I think I heard this somewhere. When the glass is heated, it becomes fragile. Then the killer set the fire to the switch room after killing Tomori and broke the fragile glass window while everyone put out the fire and took advantage of this to escape. Wait, isn't that weird? If that's the case, all you have to do is heat up the window and break it. There's no reason to do a big job by setting the whole wall on fire waging for no reason, right? It's possible it was used as a smoke screen. Actually, Uehara tried to check the entrance, but didn't he say he couldn't see anything because of the smoke? Wow, that's too complicated! Anywho, doesn't that mean someone was inside the switch room right before we got in? Then me and Kinjo who were gathered at that point, Uehara and Mikaro have a definite alibi, right? No, you guys are making a big mistake right now. Huh? What do you mean? Think more carefully. Then in your thoughts you can spot the contradictions. Okay, what's up? That was out of the blue. It doesn't say, okay. I'm mistaken, what do you mean? Dying message, glass shards, secret note, okay. I think it might be glass shards or the burnt wire. Yeah. Surely the fuse and lighter were used, okay. The reason the killer used those is because there was a purpose for setting the fire. The fuse was only surrounded by the wall, right? That could have been burned. They could have burned the walls. Oh! It's prying the glass. Oh, wait. Oh god, that was fast! I immediately saw that. Immediately spotted it. Nice. Yeah, that's it! Yeah, that's what? As Kinjo said, I think we were mistaken for one thing. It's what Inori said right now, the broken glass. That's what I mean. What are you talking about? We know for sure the glass window is broken, aren't you? Aren't we? Yeah, the glass window is broken, but it wasn't broken by anyone. It wasn't broken by anyone. Did the window break on their own? Ah, it's a bit ridiculous, but I guess it's not a wild fantasy. No, Maeda made a very precise point. As Maeda mentioned, the window was broken alone without anyone touching it. Wait, really? Is it possible? Like Inori said, the glass is weak to heat. Of course, it can withstand a certain degree, but if it is heated directly at a certain temperature, the difference between indoors and outdoors is severe, and the weakness becomes more prominent. Guys, do you remember the structure of the switching room? It was a completely enclosed space except for the entrance, right? In fact, even when the fire broke out, I couldn't feel any heat outside. Yeah, Kinjo's words are correct, but still, isn't it too much for a glass to break just by a thermal change without any external force? Of course, the conditions are just right, not impossible, but... I don't know what you're saying! As Inori mentions, the logic is a bit far-fetched, but what if the conditions were met? Huh? I don't know if anyone noticed it, because it wasn't a part that was noticeable at the scene of the incident, and because the switchium... the switchium itself was dark and probably no one was interested in it, but the glass window of the switchium was very tight. That's it. The heat alone was left with enough time to break by itself. Kinjo's words would make sense. Hey, it's an interesting reasoning, but what's the basis of it? Oh, sorry. I just remembered something. Really quickly, I'll be right back. I am really sorry about this, like the constant breaking, but like... for those of you who know, I recently released my first TWD about Makoto, and like I tried to make a poll for you guys to decide the next character to vote, like for me to do. But the straw poll site wasn't working, so I had to redo it today, and I forgot to update the link in the community tab. You guys should totally go check it out if you guys want to help out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's continue. Hey, it's an interesting reason, but what's the basis of it? That it was only possible that the glass could break on its own by hearing this? You didn't throw this without thinking, right? Sorry. Of course not, because Kinjo's remarks have an adequate basis. Isn't that right, Kinjo? Did you also notice it, Maeda? Yeah, actually, I was also guessing when I said that the window wasn't broken by someone. The exact reason the glass broke on its own. That's probably because of the glass shards, right, Kinjo? The shards? Correct. Please don't tell me I'm the only one in the world that doesn't get this until you give me a proper explanation! At first, I only knew that the killer would make use of the window in some way to escape without fail. But Kinjo said something during the investigation. Oh, please do, I need to investigate the window more. Oh, Kinjo, one second, can I ask one more thing? I just heard the whole situation from you, but I still don't get what's weird about the glass shards from the window. To put it simply, they're neatly broken. The glass was neatly broken. What does that mean, you ask? In other words, it means if you broke it with human strength, it wouldn't break like this. It's human power. It's neatly broken. I don't understand it. I see. What you mean is the broken shape. When I listen to my head and think again, it really feels like that. Yeah, if someone breaks a window with a hand or a blunt object, it should crack and break like a spider web. Have you ever experienced it at least once? You accidentally broke a glass or the shape of a broken glass? Oh, definitely. It looks like it was broken into a very complex shape like cobwebs. But how was the glass window to switch in? It was like a broken shape, as if part of the window somehow got neatly removed. No matter how you look, don't you think it was broken in a natural way? It certainly looks that way. There seems to be no contradiction in Kinjo's words. Funny, isn't it? Mekaru, you must have done this much. I like it to stop trying to test me. Don't think of the class trial as a joke, Mekaru. Oh my, thanks for the advice. I'm just worried that one day you'll become as lost as these friends of yours. Kinjo, don't mind Mekaru, keep going! Actually, they just finished explaining. Wait a minute, if Kinjo's words are true, then when the fire broke out, doesn't it mean that nobody was inside the switchium?
Oh, so that's what he meant? Wouldn't that be very likely? If someone was inside and were trying to escape, it would be quicker to break the glass manually instead of waiting to be heated in order to break itself. Yes, besides, Uehara at the time opened the entrance to the power room and was guarding it. No matter how thick the smoke was, if someone tried to leave, they would have been caught. At that time, we all thought we hadn't seen them because we all knew someone broke the glass. But in reality, no one was inside the switchium. Okay. And thus, the killer deliberately heats the glass and breaks itself, and for the reason of making us think someone inside the switchium broke the glass and escaped. Okay, that's it, right? Then, in the end, everyone's alibi no longer holds. Is that the conclusion? Huh? Think about it. If there was no one inside the switchium, the killer was ready to start a fire in advance. He could mix us in at any time. If that is the case, aren't you saying that it's possible for everyone to start a fire, including Kinjo and the group who went out to put out the fire when the window was broken, and the rest of us in the dormitory side? Nani? Oh, you mean we don't have an alibi either? Yamaguchi is right. Anyone can commit a crime by reason from the information provided this far. Hold on. Isn't that established under the premise that the person who caused the fire is the culprit? It hasn't been clear yet, but it seems too hasty. There's no reason for a person who is not the culprit to set out a fire. I'm not crazy enough. Even so, at the beginning, the timing of this incident. Mori's death occurred around 9:30. Was anyone close by during that time? I mentioned this earlier, but I was cooking alone. I was looking around the warehouse for things to help with the treatments. It was useful for Hatana's first aid.
I was just lying on my own bed.
What the? You mean everyone was alone? There does not seem to be anyone near the time of the crime. The only way we could see each other was to find out where each one was, or where the alibis were lost, with the exception of Makaru, Uehara, and Kurokawa. What? Then we're back to where we started? There's no evidence that everyone has an alibi or to the distant culprit, that's why...
You mean there's no one in doubt, no suspects?
But then who was it? Taira, except you! What? What? Isn't this deja vu again? You know, maybe we're in an infinite loop now.
Stop doubting Akane. Didn't the talk about her testimony finish before?
No, it wasn't over. It's just that it was put on hold because there was so much uncertain information. Nothing resolved about why she lied. No, I didn't lie! It's not Taira, as the testimonies of Kinjo and Otari proved it, right?
Yeah, that's right. Whoever the culprit is, they have to prepare a fuse and a lighter to start a fire. But wasn't it mentioned that Taira didn't come out of their room in the middle of the night when we went to our private rooms?
I'm uncertain about that. Frankly, I'm suspicious of each of them, and they were put on hold. Shouldn't we use the information we have, even if it is uncertain information, unless there is an objective to definitely deny it? I apologize, I'm really sorry. Even if there is an alibi for bringing the tools, I'll just keep it in mind. Taira's lie, however... Huh? Honestly, it's the same with me. If she's not the killer, why did she make such suspicious remarks? I told you I might have been mistaken. Well, either way, Taira wouldn't be able to get the tools, so she can be the killer. Enough with this meaningless argument. You really are just stupid. What now? Do you think we're stupid? It is so stuffy that you can't see it. Want me to share some insight? What the? At the start of the class trial, you said you wouldn't even help. Oh, did I? Then I want metal. Do it yourself. No, that is... Ugh. Listen first, Makaru might know something, you know? I'll tell you one thing for those who are ignorant and poor, is that there's a method for the criminal to get the tools without using their hand.
Say it then!
The most representative example is an accomplice. We suspected there could have been an accomplice in the last class trial, right? But Makaru, isn't it less likely that we have one in this case? We were informed that the only person to escape this place would be the killer. Moreover, even if there is an accomplice, it's impossible for them to bring the tools.
According to Kinjo, in the middle of the night, the day the tool disappeared, not only Tyra, but also because neither of us left our private rooms. Except for the three who didn't act on us. And it's gonna be Uehara or Mikara, the ones who helped Tyra? Why are you already making you confirm that I did? It's not me! Okay, surely Mikara and me were able to roam around without any restrictions that day, but I haven't shown up to the antique store until now. You don't even have to doubt me or Uehara Kinji. The person who brought the items from the antique shop, can't you see it? Based on the testimonies from Kinjo and Otori, there were only 3 people who were free to move around at night during that day. Mikaru is saying that the accomplice is obviously visible. Surely it can't be that person, right? Yep. Kizuna Tomori! Mikaru, the person who brought the tools. You mean it was Tomori? Huh? It was Tomori? That's right. If you have an accomplice, Tomori Kizuna shows up. You can't see anyone else, can you? By the way, I'm so ashamed that the incompetent had to answer this. Wait a minute, Tomori's the victim though! Why is she an accomplice? I'm not sure exactly. But the only ones to bring the tools are Mikaru, Uehara, and her. She was the victim, so I wonder if there would be a contact with the criminal at some point. Incompetent, this is a common pattern, is it not? The story of a criminal tricking someone into a crime. Speaking of which, the criminal took advantage of the accomplice in the end. I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I mean, it's not exactly as I thought, but I was right. Wait a minute, Kinjo! Kinjo can also bring the tools at nighttime. There's no way to prove that Kinjo is out of their room or not. I think the time ran out while talking about that. Believe or not to believe, you're free to believe. Now, I think it's wise to follow more clear information than uncertain leads. Yeah, if you are with Tomori, you can definitely bring the tools. So what happened? For some reason, Tomori did something funny. The killer himself maintained an alibi that Tomori delivered the tools to the killer in the late night hours? Now wait a second, but Kizuna-chan didn't change her mind? There has to be a reason to decide to help the killer. You said she was an accomplice, but she can't actually get on the level of an accomplice. What the accomplice did was just deliver the tools. I need this thing, please bring these for me, was not enough excuse. What about it? If Tyra is the culprit, there's nothing strange about that, right? No! That is not... Tyra, I'm sorry. I hate to doubt you, but no matter how much I look, there's only you. You too? Everybody is too much. Everybody, this is too much. Why are you all so anxious to turn me into a bloody killer? You don't even have an alibi. The only difference between you and me is that I made a mistake once. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? You just got an appropriate sister. You're hunting witches, you villains. Apologies, but it's a situation that doesn't seem to be as bad as it is right now. I'm the culprit only because there's no certainty at all. She's kind of right, though. Tyra is the culprit. Is that really it? As Tyra said, there's only one thing everyone is suspicious of her right now. It's just a witch hunt if there's no solid evidence. Let's think about it. Was there any more convincing evidence? Is Tyra telling the truth or is she lying? Oh, alright, the flash anagram, that's right. So, let's go. So, is this the one where we have to make up a word? Let's see. I don't think we did this last time. Oh wait, we did. In a flash, we will mark 2 important clues in your mind while the game is going. A part of the clue or syllable is displayed at the bottom of the screen, and you just need to find the right letter to fit in the blank. The letters roam randomly. In addition, you must fill in the letter among the blanks, and if you fill them correct, your speech power will be depleted. If you don't have any more, your HP will decrease instead. When the word is completed correctly, the game will be finished. Hold up. I'm pretty sure Zeph told me this is in Korean, so I need to keep an eye out. Okay. Yep, there it is. Oh, I think this one's the first? Yep. Okay. Alright, got the next one. There it is. And the last one, it is... Okay, got it. Is that it? I think it's it. Yeah. There we go. It means the dying message, by the way. Thanks, Zeph. I appreciate it. Come to think of it, there is a clue about the culprit's identity. Huh? A clue to the killer's identity. Is that true? If you knew that, why did you mention this now? Sorry, I just remembered. And even though it's a clue to the killer, I don't know who it's pointing to. You don't even know who it's pointing to? Then how do you know it's a clue to the killer? What are you referring to as the dying message? Is that correct? Right. Some may have not seen it, but the two next to Tomori's body, there were some letters written in blood. A dying message, is it? Something like a cryptogram that point to the killer before they die. Yeah, everyone take a look at this. This is the dying message presumed to have been written by Tomori.
Hey, this is it? I've seen this blood spot too. I just thought the blood splattered in a strange shape. It actually looks like that, but if there's any meaning in these letters...
This is a clue to the culprit, right? I think it may be a good idea to decipher the dying message, rather than being suspicious of Akane while catching a fuss over it.
What does it say? Do we have any letters?
Yep, that's the dying message. X, 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 X. 4 X's? I don't know what this means at all!
I think Kinjo or Mikara may know. Isn't this a professional's job?
Basically, the dying message refers to the culprit more directly than you think. Because it's just before she dies. The victim cannot afford to waste their time thinking. In other words, if you think about it, it has various meanings that will need to be solved. Trying to think. Is it someone with a 4-letter name? I don't know if it's first or last though. Don't think very hard, just change your perspective a little. 4 X's, does that number have any meaning? Actually, it doesn't seem like the last X is a little big. It seems to have a different meaning from the first 3.
What is X? The meaning of X?
You guys are really stupid. What, does that mean you understood the meaning of this dying message? Of course not. There's nothing to understand. This is not a password. It literally points to the killer. What? That was it. What do you mean, literally? Well, first of all, if you don't know, even after telling you this, I'd rather be executed and die. No way! Wherever you look, it only reads X! Katakana. Huh? Katakana word. Think about it. Katakana is... Wait, katakana? Obviously this dying message looked like the letter X at first glance. It's because there's a lot of blood. But from a different perspective, it really looks like katakana. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Searching time, I'll be right back. Okay, I see. I now know what katakana is. Huh. That is interesting, yeah. A letter that reads like an X in katakana. Maid, the most familiar one I can see. No, there are many other things you can think other than that. In fact, Japanese can be read differently enough, even if it is written a little skewed. It's not strange for a person on the verge of dying with their own blood, but it would be weird if they would write straight. Then what were they trying to draw in the end? Middle X and the third X, the alphabet X, have long vertical strokes. If X is tilted, it becomes meh. But where the vertical stroke is long, if it's long, toi. I don't know, man. I'm getting a headache. No way. What this word means is... when I think of katakana, the first X is almost similar to me. I'll give one more hint. The third X is a symbol that seems to be hiding, see? It seems! I can't see anything like that! It does, okay. It's bearing a big X, yeah, next to it. It's hard to see it. Because there's a drop of blood in that exact location. I don't know if you'd say so. Allow me to raise a question for you. Kinjo, your reaction seems to be the reaction after knowing the correct answer. At one point, after listening to Mekaru and Kurokawa's words, I came to realize it. It seems like there are some other people who have solved it besides me. The identity of the dying message. If you think of it as katakana, the first letter is me, and the last one has a hidden symbol. The first letter is me, okay. Trying to think right now. The candidates are I and To, or E and To. I don't know how to read that. But should I believe the censor? I have no choice but to accept the result. I have to do it. Man, to admit it. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? I don't know this! How? What? Okay. I'm not muted, by the way, right? No, I'm not good. I really don't know this. Meh has a hidden symbol. It's not Mekaru for sure. Is it? No, there's no way. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be honest, I'm lost. I was warned to this as well, but I'm completely lost. Give me a second. Time to study some Japanese alphabet. Okay. That was a thing. I think I know who it is. It took me a while though. It took me a good while actually. But I think I know who it is. Is it really her though? Part of me just doesn't want to believe it. Yep. The meaning of the dying message. As Kurokawa mentioned, this was a text that could be read as it was in katakana. However, it just looks like the letter X because it's a little bloated. Maeda, do you know the meaning of the dying message? Well, Kurokawa, Mekaru, and Kinjo's inset on. I'll explain to you guys from now on. First of all, the first letter, as everyone guessed, meh is meh. This was easy to understand that. Oh, sorry. Even if you look at it, you can confuse it a little with an X, right? I think the second letter is probably E. Yeah. If you use the vertical stroke a little longer, it overlaps the horizontal stroke. It has a similar shape to meh. The third letter, it's pretty hard to recognize, but I was able to guess based on Kinjo's voiceless remarks and the first two letters. Maybe this one was supposed to be do. This one is close to E. Well, if you write a longer horizontal stroke, it will have the same shape as an X. I'm still uncertain about what the last big X means, but once you look at it this far, it's true that one word comes to mind. Maid. Ultimate Maid student, Taira Akane. Please don't tell me this is true. Alright, we reached halfway. I can finally pause to go eat! This class, y'all were not kidding. Also, I'm pretty sure I placed the music files inside. Huh. Maybe I missed something, I don't know. Well, it doesn't really matter. I was pretty sure I placed the music files that Zeph gave me to have music before the trial. But anyways, I will be back after I'm done eating lunch because it's really late. I'm really hungry and I need my sustenance to be able to work later today. So yeah. Until then. Alright, we back and let's not waste any more time. I'm filled up. My energy is back to max. And yeah, let's go. I'm just gonna check the truth bullets really quickly, just in case, you know. Okay. We still haven't seen the what's up with the flashlights. The fuse line, the bloody cloth, and the message as well. Yeah. The blood marks on the entrance side. The third flashlight. The window fragments, we've already seen what's up with that. We've already seen what's up with this and this. Alright. I don't want to say that Akane is the killer, but part of me is starting to believe it, man. Part of me is starting to believe it. I should know better by now. I should know better. I mean, I've played all the other games. Taira, Among Us, the word Maid refers to, or rather, I can't think of anyone but you. Akane? It's really her. You killed Tomori?
No, wait a minute. There must be a misunderstanding. I mean, something like this. This is too much. Please wait a minute, everyone. I have nothing. I didn't do anything.
The dying message was written by a person. The Lord does not lie. As long as the dying message refers to the word Maid, it has already been revealed. Was it a lie at the beginning of the trial to cover up her crime?
No!
Pirate, tell me with your own words. Are you really the culprit?
Me? I'm not the killer!
Kane.
Why am I the culprit? The dying message may say the word Maid, but there's a big X next to it! You guys have only interpreted it as Maid and didn't interpret the X after that. That X could literally be an X. Doesn't that mean negative? In other words, it means not the Maid, so I'm not the culprit!
I don't know yet if what Attire said is true, but certainly as she said, we haven't fully decoded the dying message yet. Yeah, I knew something was fishy. Okay, the X at the end.
Well, if you simply look at it, it really looks like it says not the Maid, but
the dying message means not the Maid, as Tyra says. I would rather be more suspicious of Tyra.
Why?
Don't you think so? Who is the killer? I don't recall seeing messages saying who is not the killer. It seems illogical to write. As an innocent one in blood by the young victim. Rather, you would think it's not the Maid to take yourself off the suspect list.
Hey, doesn't that mean the culprit themselves wrote the dying message?
That's right, there's no law saying that dying messages are all true. They can show up in many ways. For example, the killer manipulates the dying message to lead an advantage in the trial. Yeah, Maid X as it is, meaning the only one who would benefit from a writing that is not a Maid would be the Maid herself, Tyra.
Whether the interpretation of the dying message is this or that, there's no way to avoid the word Maid.
Connie, you really are... Is Tyra really the culprit? Can we conclude the case like this? But what is this feeling? Is it my heart screaming? I feel like all of this, it feels so contradictory. Is it okay to end up with Tyra being the culprit? Can I vote now? It'll be painful to do anymore. I just want to end this quickly.
Wait.
Kurokawa?
Obviously, it's true that Taira was suspicious. Clearly, the way she acted seems questionable. However, there's a problem yet to be solved.
What, an unsolved problem? As Kurokawa said, it's too soon to end like this. There must be a cause for this unpleasant feeling. Yeah, a secret that hasn't been solved yet. Well then, things are looking a little more interesting. Broken flashlight, third flashlight, Hatane's injury, please, bloody cloth. Alright. I do not know. Alright. Dying message is also over. What else is there? Secret of the window is over. That's true. The tool procurement problem has also been solved. That's also true.
Wait for murder, you're thinking.
Okay. Oh! Yes! A consent! A consent line, hell yeah! It's been a while since I've seen one of those. Oh, yeah, right, that's it. Did you find something, Maeda? Oops, sorry. Guys, I think it's still a little bit early to call Taira the culprit. Bro, can I stop smacking stuff with this wire that I have? Well, what do you mean? You're the one that said the dying message had the word Maid. About that, I still can't conclude for sure. Thanks to Kurokawa, I could think of something actually. Right after the incident, do you all remember Hatano's injury?
Of course, now the trial's coming to an end, Hatano's condition is working. Get that in order, okay?
Why was Hatano injured? Everyone think about it. Why did she get hurt? You saw it. She was hurt by a wire trap in the leg. Think about it. Who installed the wire trap? When does this come into place?
I mean, the killer must have installed it.
That's it. In other words, your opinion is that the suspected killer, meaning Taira, installed the wire trap, right?
Now, wait a second. I've never installed anything like that. Why would I aim for Ayame-chan?
That doesn't really mean you can't, though. Wait a minute, Taira installed the wire trap? The wire trap is there, but when was it installed? When was the wire installed? I don't know exactly because what's on the wire, but I can guess because I was there when Hatano was injured. Trying to grab something at that time, the wire was installed along the way to serve as the bait for it. Then the wire must have been installed as soon as the object was placed, and that object wasn't there, at least until that point. After the investigation began. Yep, it was a bait! When the wire was installed, it was probably immediately after starting the investigation. I believe so. Is there a good reason for that opinion? The wire is not visible, so the exact installation time of the wire itself is unknown. But by other elements, it can be inferred. Actually, Hatano wasn't just hurt. When she was injured, I know I was right next to them. But Hatano was injured by the wire while approaching to find and investigate some kind of object. And she got caught in the trap. Hatano, do you remember? Perhaps? Are you referring to the burnt flashlight? Yeah, there was no such thing in the corner when I found the body with everyone in the power room, but it was there after the investigation started.
In other words, the killer used the flashlight as bait to induce someone to get caught in the wire trap. If so...
I set the flashlight and installed the wire at the same time. Immediately after the investigation began is the approximate time to install it. Yeah, it's right after the start of the investigation, right? The wire was installed shortly after the investigation began? Yamaguchi? It's strange, this is weird. Weird. Is it not weird?
Why the sudden yelling?
Everyone open your ears and listen. If Taira's the culprit, it means Taira installed the wire right after the investigation started, yes? But that's impossible, why you ask? It's because Taira was with me!
You were with Taira? Surely. Then there was a relation.
I don't think it was that. Can you stop that? Don't pull a joke like that at a time like this.
What does that mean?
I know this exactly because Taira was in the same place I was and we didn't do anything.
How can you say you didn't do anything so proudly?
Well, what I mean is I was going to do some investigation, but I seldom made progress, so Anyway, that's not what's important. It's Taira's story. I swear to you, Taira has been struck in one spot since everyone gathered to the power room until the trial announcement came out. What? Is that for real? Apart from anything else, there was only one spot that was inefficient, even if you did a little investigation. I want to hear why. Why didn't you mention this, Taira?
No, it was shocking that Kizuna-chan died.
Did any of us do that? Even so, everyone participated in the investigation, but that is not a reason.
It doesn't really matter. What's more important than that now? Taira didn't do anything at the time of the investigation, meaning she couldn't install the wire, right?
Yeah, that's why I said it's weird.
Then Taira's not the killer? I mean, I've been trying to say that from the very beginning.
But what's called a maid? Are we wrong with the interpretation? It's not just that. Taira lied. She's still suspect no matter how we continue.
But when that happens, you can't explain the wire trap.
What's going on? I think my head will be weird if it gets twisted anymore. Can we stall this already?
If you want to die, do it. I won't stop you.
It's definitely weird. Apart from being simply contradictory, logically it's playing itself. It's playing itself separately, as if several incidents seem to be a gathering event. Why? What's missing? It's as if the contradictions don't stop to conclude that Taira is the culprit, but there doesn't seem to be any different direction in the case. What is the truth of this case? If Taira isn't the culprit, what have we been doing so far? What have we been doing so far? You mean it was all good for nothing? But if that's the case then, who is the culprit? Who do we vote for?
You can't keep going. We keep hitting dead ends. Even in the midst of this, Hatano's leg injury must be getting worse.
Well, I'll say this. Other than Taira, is there not another suspicious person? Who is that? Kurokawa. What? Why Kurokawa? Well, I don't understand it because of the dying message in the wire install, but Kurokawa suddenly disappeared during the investigation. Isn't she suspicious to anyone?
Looking at it, the broadcast announcing the start of the class trial rang, though we gathered quite late and Monokuma brought her.
Didn't Kinjo mention this? He said that he had main suspects in mind. If Taira, who's been attracting attention as a high-level suspect, is not the culprit, will the other suspect Kurokawa, who's the next suspicious person, naturally be her? Wait a second. It is true that Kurokawa was late, but what disappeared during the investigation was investigated by Kurokawa's own way. It was Kurokawa's discovery that the kitchen knife was actually disappeared from the kitchen. But even if they were investigating, still why I arrived late? I was curious from the start of the trial. I want to know the reason of being late, even if you're not the culprit.
Kurokawa, you're not a killer, right?
Please answer us! Don't be uneasy!
I'm not the culprit. The reason for being late, I can't tell you now. After the trial, I'll tell you why.
If it was for a good reason, isn't there no reason to hide it? Why can't you tell us? The more you hide it, the more suspicious it gets.
I'm sorry, but
Oh, she's unamused.
trust me, I'm not the killer.
Regardless of the reason, isn't it a little too much to say that Kurokawa's the culprit? She doesn't seem to have anything to do with the dying message. It would have been possible to install the wire, however. No, but there is no other way! This is impossible! She's impossible! It's all possibilities again! Who's the killer then? Even if it's a ghost, it's not impossible. Even if it's me! I mean, what?
You really are fools without answers. Shouldn't you be aware of this?
What do you mean?
What? That's the truth of the case. I told you, didn't I? I said I wouldn't help you people, but once it's a trial with my life at stake. If there's no answer, I'll solve it. So in other words, you are idiots with no answer to the extent that I have to come out like this.
Damn it, Mikaru is destroying us! So true. Mikaru's attitude is sarcastic, but I think she knows something. Mikaru may give us a clue about the situation that we cannot overcome alone.
When you look at the goals for your reasoning, I can see how hard your brains are. To put it simply, you are fools who try to solve the same solution without thinking of any other method when no other problem is solved.
Thank you for your kind summary description, but what do you know yourself?
If the same method doesn't work, you should know how to challenge it using a new method. Understood, child?
But what do you mean by new method? It means throwing away stereotypes.
Oh my, when it's so quiet, you finally open your mouth, Psycho Voice.
Is it not a problem if the best young police officer in Japan gets slower answers than a professor? It doesn't matter. But I guess it's all a competition for you. Let's just say it's not. There's nothing to be gained from this charade. There's something sparkling between you two. But what's that mean? Stereotypes to throw it away? Did you both find out something? I'll apologize first. When the trial happened, I was about to be overthrown by the killer because of the misinterpretation of the case. But I deserved it. I was guessing to some extent, but I didn't think the case would be so twisted. It was twisted? It's natural to say you guys made it public. This case is simple. There's a criminal, and that criminal killed the victim. If you try to solve it, there will be contradictions. Wait a minute, so then this isn't a murder case? No, it is a murder. It's clearly malevolent, but do you recall what I mentioned earlier? An ordinary murder case would be difficult to solve if you think of it as a simple step-by-step scenario. While investigating before the trial, I guessed the outline frame, but at that point, I couldn't confirm this either. However, as the trial progressed, Taira's reaction from the dying message being solved, the truth was reached. To be precise, the riddle that has been solved so far was one that derived from a clue, but... what's the truth about it? To put it simply, this crime is not a case where there's one culprit and one victim being mentioned. What? Not one culprit, not one victim? So you mean there was an accomplice? But didn't Monokuma say that accomplices had no advantage? No, it's a bit ambiguous to call it an accomplice. But what is certain is that a third party, or other than the criminal, was clearly involved. Third party? Who was it? You, Taira. Huh? Taira was the third party. Is that different from a culprit or accomplice? I'm guessing if she was like positioned in the right place, she could be. Oh my god! Stop yawning, please. Thank you. For starters, I like to see it like that. As you guys said, if you're a criminal, you have to install a wiretap. But Taira herself couldn't afford to do it because of Yamaguchi. We also saw Taira standing still during that time. Then Akane no longer needs to be questioned, right? No, wait a minute. I'm really sorry, but I still don't get it. If Taira isn't the culprit, I don't know why the dying message points to the maid. And she even lied to us. That's why I told you. Taira is a third party in this case. What? It's not a culprit, it's different from an accomplice, but it's obviously a third party who was heavily involved in the case. Maybe she's not even aware of it. The woman's personality is showing her heart on her face. It's proof that the maid lied and wrote the dying message, lying to everyone here. Kane, what the fuck? It seems by your facial expressions you don't understand it. Okay, before discussing the real criminal, let's begin with a question about it. Oh god. Oh god. I'm not ready for this. Alright. Taira isn't the suspect, isn't just a suspect, she's a third party, okay. Not sure what that means. Okay. It's not possible, there's a contradiction, true. In fact, it's okay to say your reasoning in return is the correct answer, okay. Okay, someone help clearing this mess! Doesn't that mean there's a third victim? A third person? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I see, yeah, that's fair, yep. The third flashlight, there were 3, that's right. Nice. No, Uehara, wait! There was evidence of 3 people involved in the crime. What would that be? A flashlight, of course. There was one more flashlight. What do you mean there was one more? Hatano, the flashlight you were trying to pick up? Oh, that's why Hatano injured her leg on the wire. That flashlight, right? But what does it mean when you say there was one more? I think there were some people who haven't seen it. Let me tell you. In the switch room, there were 2 broken flashlights. By the way, Maeda, other than those 2, the third flashlight. On the day the second floor was open, everyone saw it while investigating, right? It's a dark place where the switch doesn't light up. Without a flashlight, nothing is visible. And the fact that Tomori died there would have been something to do with the switch him, and in that case, she must have brought a flashlight. So one of the 3 flashlights would have to be the one Tomori brought. And if you don't see anything, murder is not possible. It means that the culprit killed Tomori inside the switch room, and the culprit also took a flashlight. So the second flashlight was brought by the killer.
Hey, wait a minute. Who is the owner of the 3rd flashlight?
That's right, Maid explained it very well. The switch room is not a known place, and there's nothing visible, so naturally you expect to carry a flashlight in order to go there. Even if I win, I would need my flashlight back once I'm done with my business. There's no reason to leave it behind. Wasn't this the aftermath of the struggle between the criminal and Tomori? Isn't that just by reasoning alone? Unless there's 0% chance that someone forgot it and left it in the past, it wouldn't be clear. No, Uehara, there's evidence that all the 3 flashlights are involved in the incident. As Kinjo said, 2 flashlights were broken, and the last one, was burnt. Correct, it's a flashlight before it got on fire. That's the flashlight that was on the scene.
Now you realize, is there a fool who still doesn't understand? According to your inference, the fact that the case involved 3 people was the adequate basis of this case. I had no idea.
You must not have known. Probably the killer tried to use Taira.
Really? What does that mean?
We've come this far, so I wonder if it's okay to reveal it. I call Taira a third party, but this doesn't mean that you simply witnessed or helped the killer.
What is it then?
How Taira was involved in this incident? By the time, everyone might have noticed. Not the culprit, but the executioner. Is it appropriate to call them like this?